To the chase. It's my great pleasure to introduce Jeannie Lyle from Relay for Life, associated with.
All right.
Okay. We're going to see how this works technically because we've had a few issues. So I'm going to go off of some older notes, not my most up-to-date notes. My name is Jeannie Lyle. I've been here a couple of times. I am part of the event leadership team, and I am the Mouseketeer team captain for Relay for Life Santa Clara. Woo, woo, woo! All right.
I've got Vicky.
Ah, yay. The COVID pandemic has impacted everyone, and cancer patients and the American Cancer Society are not immune to these effects. In 2020, patient treatments were delayed, programs were cut, and nearly all American Cancer Society in-person fundraising events were canceled. In 2021, we restarted. The next slide is our video. Got lots of videos, so you don't have to just hear me. And there's background music, but I guess we don't have to have that.
If I unplug this down, is that really fun?
No, did you share on?
That's okay. The message is certainly up here.
They're laughing because they asked if I could help.
I heard, yes. I didn't comment.
Jeannie knows.
Jeannie knows, yes.
Show her your flip phone.
Okay. It's just about the end. I guess I could read it, but I assume all of you can read. Okay. Oh. So after going virtual in 2020, we restarted too. Our event welcomed 22 teams, 138 participants, and 18 survivors. We raised over $60,000 for the American Cancer Society. And with your support, Team Mouseketeers was the #1 fundraiser and raised over $10,000. That is an all-time high for my team.
Wow.
So I want to take this opportunity again to thank you for your support the last couple of years.
Nice job, Jeannie.
2021 marked the first year we held a separate Luminaria event, which was sponsored by all of you. Luminaria Night was held on October 1st in the Franklin Mall area of Santa Clara. We held a Dining for Dollars event at 4 different restaurants in the area, and a portion of the proceeds were donated to the American Cancer Society. Over 400 luminaria were dedicated and displayed to people that have been affected by cancer. And this is just, I don't think any of you were able to attend the event, but this is some of the highlights of what happened. We'd never done this before, and it was actually very nice because it actually got more of the community involved. Typically, we're on a field on a racetrack. And so this way we had lots of people that were walking around seeing.
So those bags are the luminarias,
Those bags of the luminarias,
and there's
yes.
one for each.
There is one, each one of those bags represents a person that has battled cancer.
So she brought those in here and I put like my grandmother's name and my aunt's name on it. Yeah, it was cool.
We did one for Myron, my
Yeah.
grandmother, I think Jerry.
For Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Did you have any bags catch fire?
No, we have had that happen before. This, however, yeah, the community or the city council would not let us light these,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
had little battery operated lights.
Nice.
Yeah.
This one's pretty big.
Oh, God. It's rather traumatizing.
I
to go up in
bet,
flames.
I bet.
Yes. So I think this is going to be the shot down the road. On all of my luminarias, I did a little star punch so that we could find them afterwards. And unfortunately, lined the entire street. So yours were part of that, you know, my team members were part of that, way too many of them.
Thank you for doing that.
Oh,
Because
you're welcome.
we did get ours done.
Yes.
Appreciate it, thank you.
So the Star Wars characters have come out to our relay for several years. They've got a community, their tagline is "Bad Guys Doing Good." And so they come out and they help support the event. And the good guys actually had a team for our event as well. So this is it. All the way down the street. That was all of ours.
So everybody decorated their own.
Some people decorate their own. I'm actually the Luminaria chair for our event. And so anyone that orders online, I decorate those. So there was probably 150 of those. And then some teams decorate their own.
You did 150 yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, coloring is really good therapy. I figured that out.
What happens to the bags after the event's done?
So after the event is done, we collect all of them, and last year was different, of course, because of COVID. So I actually got to the team captains all of their luminarias. Typically at an event, we stay overnight, and then the next morning, team members can walk around and they can claim the ones that they want. So, you know, I have some that I've used for multiple years, actually.
It seems like you should do it like Burning Man. You know how they have the church and everybody lights inside of it, and then they burn the church.
Oh, well, I don't think the city would let us do that, but that's a good idea.
The two that I got those back and I gave them to my mom.
Yeah.
That was cool. She liked it.
Okay. So if you click the next,
Okay, was this, oh, okay, I'm sorry.
yes. Oh, no, go back to the
No?
next one. Or the prior one. Okay, why I relay? So why do I relay? I think it's pretty easy to look at a picture like this, see these strangers and think, you know, cancer doesn't happen to me. It doesn't happen to my friends, my family. It happens to other people. Next slide. Not for me. These photos are some of my family and friends that I've lost to cancer in the last few years.
Jeannie,
How-
are the yellow hat, is that cancer related? Is
No,
that- Okay. 'cause I
she's
see
going to
yellow
a
hat
Kentucky
lady.
Derby thing.
Okay.
Cancer, the relay color is typically purple, which is why I have on my.
Okay. Me
So, how many of you could fill a slide like this with photos of family and friends? Exactly. That's why I read it.
So is cancer going up or down?
Depends on the type of cancer. And actually, my notes are not on this version of the slide. But there's an estimated almost 2 million new cases of cancer in 2022. So what does that mean? That means cancer is something we cannot ignore. 1 in 3 people will get cancer in their lifetime. We might have to switch views because all of the speaker notes are not. Oh, you know what? Hold on 1 second. I have printouts in case of emergencies.
I'm following
You,
Yeah.
you know, we could have like Trung play the videos if you want. I have them as a backup.
Yeah, let me go ahead and try that right now. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So, the American Cancer Society's mission is to save lives, celebrate lives, and to lead the world in a fight without cancer. And how are they doing this? Through cancer research, that's a biggie. Better ways to prevent, detect, and treat cancer improve the quality of life for people living with cancer, and advocating for laws and policies that help further cancer research. Another way is through patient support. There's a 24-hour cancer helpline. There's free lodging for people that have to have cancer treatment far away from home. There's a 24/7 helpline that's available. Lots of different opportunities to help patients. Prevention, education, and detection. Coming up with ways to prevent cancer occurrence, reducing the risk of developing cancer, and programs directed at finding cancer before it's clinically apparent. So finding it before it causes issues. 42% of cancer cases are attributed to potentially modifiable risk factors. A modifiable, what's a big number? That is a huge number. A modifiable risk factor is something you can do to decrease your chances of getting cancer. That means stop smoking, being at a healthy weight, exercising. There's lots of ways we can help ourselves so that we don't get cancer.
Can you go back one?
Yeah, go back. Also, the other biggie is that cancer prevention and early detection through screening can reduce the cancer burden even further. So letting us know what screenings we should be doing at which ages can also help reduce our chances of getting cancer. So, you know, what better way is there curing cancer and supporting people diagnosed with cancer is it's never having cancer in the first place. So this is just a little update on
Dad, you're John.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading Becky's notes in
Like, I
the
don't know
room.
why. but-
Becky left the room about cancer numbers.
she left the room
No,
about,
she said death rates from cancer have dropped
oh,
by 31%, if I'm reading correctly, it's really tiny, since 1991.
Well,
So it says you are all making a difference in the fight against cancer.
so how am I helping the American Cancer Society fulfill this mission? Oh, and it's a bummer that we can't
I
hear
know. So is it
this
possible,
one.
Sean, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
So
can't hear
the-
the video though.
The video that, oh, you can't?
No, I hear you talking. The video doesn't play over sound.
Okay.
No sound.
Is there a way that you could play the video?
I can't. Can you actually give me access? I tried opening the video, but it says I need access to it.
That's because.
Do
Just,
you have the sound?
Unshare.
actually on?
just unshare it.
See if that
So-
plays.
So do I take my headphones out?
Well, try it, he said with the headphones, try it.
No, just pause for a second. Unshare.
Unshield.
I think it's just because Brian has
I'm sorry,
it just sits there.
Our technology.
It's gonna go away, but you don't unshare it.
Oh,
Right, okay.
Absolutely.
That's Brian, is that your screen or Brian's screen?
This is my, or this is Jeannie's screen.
Okay, so on the bottom, you have to choose to stop sharing.
Got it.
Okay, now go ahead and share again. And one of the options on the very bottom, before you even select anything,
Oh, share sound.
share.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so before you start the video, sorry.
Appreciate it.
I know.
Oh, this is a good time to break anyway.
I know, this is great, yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Those at home, we're gonna pause for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So maybe that works.
So if you need to take a quick break, get a drink of water, snack the dog or
Little
whatever.
cheeseburger fries?
You're welcome.
And with the salad.
Sure, we'll get all the food out and then I'll be right back with that. What's that?
Burger with salad.
They accidentally put fries on plates, so you're gonna have to be touching
Oh
those.
gosh.
Wow. Is this a test? I failed.
Oh, the French dip over
this.
And then,
way.
Chris is.
There you
Okay.
go. You're
I'm sorry.
We should be on slide
Fine. Yep.
14 still.
Right.
Is that it?
Anything else I can grab for anybody before we get started? You said you wanted some,
But that's
some
okay.
ranch dressing?
There you go.
Rumble blue cheese? Sounds good.
Hopefully that's all.
Everybody else do it? Sure.
I deliver your food, I get it Friday.
I have.
Fish tacos are good.
Oh, Ken would know. No question.
I actually had to use the Cancer Society to call my mom, who had their phone went on auctions. And I called their 1-800 number. And they had directed me to an organization that does wigs.
Yeah, that was one of the service,
So it
patient
works.
services, yeah.
And
Yep.
they paid for it. And then my little nephew got cancer. And of course, thank God, he was able to get through that too.
Yep.
The state came in and supported too.
So I had a couple of friends tell me that the first thing a doctor says when they're diagnosed with cancer is do not Google it. Do not look on the internet and, look at any of the statistics, none of that stuff. But then they say, but if you have to look it up, the American Cancer Society is one of the places to go. It's got fantastic information. And unfortunately, I've used it several times as well.
So we have a member of our club that had prostate cancer. And he was a nuclear scientist. And this guy delved into, he can more than most doctors can about, he probably has a degree in prostate cancer.
Yep.
But, what he suggested to anybody that is specifically prostate cancer to get involved with a support group.
Absolutely.
So that you can share what you know, what your doctors have told you. And, oh, you gotta go do that immediately, you have to do the surgery right now, is not necessarily true.
Correct.
And sometimes it does more damage than good.
Okay, we good? All right, brief intermission. We'll restart now. So what is Relay for Life? It is the world's largest fundraising event to save lives from cancer. It is a united community event that happens in local communities across the globe. We celebrate survivors, remember loved ones lost, and fight back with cancer prevention information. And just on an aside, I've been doing Relay for Life for, I think, 15 years now, a really long time. And still, this past year at the event, I learned something. We typically have our event at a track, and so we have teams set up around this track. One of the teams there was the oncology department at O'Connor Hospital. So one of the things that you like to do at Relay, besides fundraise obviously, is you try to educate the attendees on different ways that they can reduce their cancer risk, right? So in 2016, my mother and my brother were both diagnosed with colon cancer. So I figure out, I'm pretty well versed in cancer prevention for when it comes to colon cancer, but obviously I'm not. So I learned that my children should be screened for cancer starting at 39 years old.
Oh.
So that's potentially life-saving information I learned at this event for my kids. That's a pretty big deal.
That colon cancer, from what I understand, I think if you do that screening early, it's like 100%.
Super high percentage,
I mean,
yes.
it's like if you
Celebration. We have survivors, we have caregivers, we honor those that have lost their battle with cancer. It's just a great way for the community to come together.
I am a 25-year breast cancer survivor. I'm a 4-time cancer survivor. Relay for Life means I am in a cancer community where everyone is fighting for the same cause as myself.
Relay for Life is more than just walking a track. It's a community and it's support. It's support for everybody.
Relay for Life doesn't exist because of cancer. It exists because of communities coming together to fight it, to share moments of laughter, moments of silence, to provide a shoulder to cry on, or a hand to high five, to celebrate, to remember, to fight back, and to raise funds that help the American Cancer Society develop breakthrough research, provide free lodging to patients, give people free rides to treatment, and create a better world for future generations.
I would describe Relay for Life as, well, really life-affirming and a beacon of hope for people who are probably going through one of the darkest times in their lives. You're never alone, and there's always somebody there for you to talk to.
Oh, I've just got chills about the Luminaria. I'm getting emotional even just speaking about it. It's a great way to honor those people who you've lost, because it's so important that the people that you lose, that you always remember them.
I do Relay for Life because that is the way I join the fight against cancer. I do it in honor of friends and family that are currently fighting it, that have beat it, and have also lost their fight to cancer.
You beat it, Dad?
Join Relay for Life. Walk the track with us. Cheer for survivors with us. Remember those we've lost together. And fundraise to fight back.
Relay for Life is
So good with you, watch it.
Yeah. So Relay for Life of Santa Clara is tentatively scheduled this year for April 30th in Townsend Field in Santa Clara. COVID allowing, or if it allows. And how can you participate in Relay for Life? There's lots of different ways to participate. You can form or join a team. You can become a sponsor, which you've sponsored us for the last couple of years. You can volunteer for the event leadership team and help plan the event, or you can volunteer at the event. What is involved in participating at Relay for Life? If you do become a team member, we ask that team members fundraise $100 per person that goes directly to the American Cancer Society. It's the opportunity to invite your community, your friends, your family, your coworkers, anybody. Our Santa Clara event has people, obviously from Santa Clara, but from many other cities. I actually had several members on my team that relayed virtually from different states. So the more the merrier. And Relay for Life is family oriented. You wouldn't necessarily think so, but when I first attended this event 15 years ago, I had a group of Girl Scouts that were very young elementary school kids. We attended, it was supposed to be just for a couple of hours. We ended up staying until 10 o'clock at night because there was so much to do and they were learning things and they were having a great time.
So relay, does that mean you take a walk or?
So relay is kind of a scary word for some people because they think I'm not a runner. Yes, absolutely not. It is a relay in a sense that you try to keep someone on the track from your team. Some teams do it for 24 hours. Not me, because I'm not staying up that late. But it's just, you pass the baton. You keep somebody active at relay at all times. So how do you sign up? You can sign up today. Go to relayforlife.org, Santa Clara, CA, and sign up. You can click on join this relay. I would love for you to either form a team in our event or actually join my team. That's probably the easiest way to do it. You'll have
Gee, trying to recruit members, I like it.
You have to create an account, and then the next steps, you can choose how you want to participate. You can start your own team. You can have a Rotary team there. Santa Clara Rotary participates as well. There's also an online Rotary that has members that attend there as well. You can join my team, or you can join the event as an individual participant. It's going to ask you a few questions. You complete your registration, and you are good to go. So then the last slide, the last bit. Oh, yep. Sorry. So when you participate in Relay for Life, you become a vital part of the American Cancer Society.
Please excuse me, but I shall be. Bye, guys.
Good luck.
Bye.
So you become a vital part of the American Cancer Society, a volunteer. You are now part of an organization of 2.5 million survivors, patients, advocates, volunteers, caregivers, and researchers, doing everything within our power to save lives and stop cancer. So thank you again for your support the last couple of years, and I hope we can count on your continued support this year. So, questions?
How did you get involved? I mean, I know that you have had 3, 4, 5 family members that have had cancer. But you were involved with that before they had cancer, correct?
Sort of. So I got involved in the Relay for Life. Like I said, I was a Girl Scout leader for many, many years, and we did a lot of community service. And I lost my sister-in-law, my brother's sister, in '93 to breast cancer. So it's always been near and dear to me. And, you know, I was very lucky at the time. I thought, you know, that's it. That was my interaction with cancer. And since then, it's skyrocketed. You cannot walk into a room and not find somebody that has been affected by cancer.
Yeah, I don't think you could see anybody in this room that hasn't been affected.
Exactly. Exactly.
Question?
Yes.
So you did it last year, like downtown Santa Clara, or?
So last year we split into 2 events because of COVID. The city was very hesitant to have what they thought was going to be a huge event. And so we broke it into 2 events so that we could kind of split people back and forth. So Friday night, we actually had the downtown Santa Clara Franklin Mall, and we had the restaurant fundraisers. And then the very next day, we had the event at the field. So it was 2 different events.
So are you going to try to do that again? Because I think like the visual, like I mean, the community impact is pretty huge with the luminaries and all that downtown.
So we actually have our first planning meeting for the event on Monday, so it's a great time if you want to join our
Wait, the
event.
thing's in April and you're just, wow, pretty good.
COVID.
I know, that's cool.
And that's the other thing too, is our 2020 event was canceled.
Okay.
And so our 2021 event, typically we do it in April, and we had to postpone until the fall. So we didn't have our event until October.
Okay, gotcha.
So then we needed to recover a little bit, and then we're ready to go. So I'm not sure what we will do. I loved having the Luminaria separate. I think we will definitely incorporate that as part of our event, whether it's the night before or a couple of weeks before. We obviously haven't decided that yet, but definitely I think we want to have a separate component.
But downtown or?
It'll probably be downtown Santa Clara.
I'm just saying, as a person that's not involved, I mean, I think I would walk by there and go, hey, what's this all about? This
It
is
was
cool.
awesome. And that's one of the reasons that I lobbied for having it probably a month before the event, because it does get it out there. People don't know what relay means.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they see these luminarias. People dedicated luminarias that night because, you know, like I said, everybody's been affected, and it gets more people involved, and they still have a month before the event, they still have the opportunity to join us at the event. So
yeah, I think that's cool. That's neat.
Yeah.
What 4 restaurants were involved?
So it was Jirin Cafe.
Neal Vecino's?
Mio Vicino does lots and lots of fundraisers with us, and so they were involved that night as well. There was another, oh gosh.
Was the pizza place involved there?
Round Table was involved, and then I forget what the fourth one was. Becky, are you still there?
There's a Vietnamese restaurant in there.
Franciscan Mall, right?
You said?
Franklin Mall.
Oh, Franklin Mall, yes.
Yes.
Franklin Mall.
Yeah, so I forget what the fourth one was because I went to the.
That's pretty cool. that you got-
Well, and actually, that was something that we did that was very successful for us, is we had a lot of fundraisers throughout the year. And typically, we tried to do it once a month. And we would send out information to all the participants, and we would have fundraisers, and restaurants would donate, some of them up to 25% of the proceeds for the night. So that was very successful.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
This is Brian. I just wanted to I don't know if Paul Ostrowski's still there, but I have his luminary. I gave Greg some. Did I give you yours, Greg?
Yes,
you did.
Yeah, and then I
Thank you so much.
Any other questions?
No, I think it's great. Thanks for doing this.
All right.
I mean,
You're welcome.
obviously
Thank you
you're
again
dedicated
for your support.
You have sign-up sheets for,
For what?
I don't know.
For, you want to sign up for Relay?
Yeah, I think I might, yeah.
Okay, I can get you information, or
Or I can go online.
you can go online. It's Relay for Life, .ca, what is it, SantaClaraCA.com.
So if we started a team, we'd be under you, yeah?
Well, that
Or is
depends.
it, what's,
So if you start a team, you would be your own team.
okay.
But you can join my team, we're Mouseketeers again. And so, yes, you'd be part of my team.
Do you
Now,
have to wear
if-
the ears and everything? Or
What was that?
do we have to wear ears and all
You're
that?
going to Disney now?
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely. Yes. So, if you do form your own team, there is different things that we like the teams to accomplish at Relay, like I talked about. We like to do a fundraiser. My team every year for the last probably 10 years has done a lap bead fundraiser, which means for like $3 or $5, we sell a lanyard with a charm on it and one bead. And so every lap you take at Relay, you add another bead onto there, it's a really fun fundraiser because you get to meet essentially everyone that's at Relay, and you chat with them, and it's a lot of fun. There's also an education component. We do want you to come up with a way to educate the attendees on ways to prevent cancer, which is like I talked about the oncology board. And then
Hey, I was thinking, this is Brian again, that maybe on St. Patty's Day we do a fundraiser, Chris.
Hey, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
For
Does drinking alcohol
cancer?
it does.
Okay, so that's.
No, beer is really good.
Moderation is okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Moderation.
Moderation is the key word, moderation.
Let's go to the hookah lounge and
Moderation.
smoke hookah too.
Good job, Brian. We love you.
Becky left a note before she exited the room. She said,
Okay.
"Thank you, Jeannie. Loved your presentation and dedication to the American Cancer Society
Aw.
mission to save lives, celebrating lives, and lead the world in the fight against cancer." She said, "If you have any questions, to give her a call."
Yep, sounds good.
Oh, okay.
Love.
Any other questions?
Any other
Cool, Jeannie,
questions?
thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Miles and Bill.